Danke, siyabonga. Welcome to 2026. Yes.
2026 unyaka wesigwetha.
Yebo unyaka wesigwetha lo.
Expect you will say sidimali yesigwetha.
Yes.
Collective will say sigida kwegwamba.
Ubungaphi Christmas?
No Christmas I was spending time with family. I didn't go anywhere, no.
Azange egwamba.
Azange egwamba. Akusadinga khona. Khupha amathumbu yathina.
Yes, afekeza kanti nxa sokuchakala lapha.
You know, when you meet as families, nawelinatha umnandi ntambama uzothiwa ngowalo ugogo ngowayenzani ngosivalela amathuba indawo uhamba nge-GD6 indawo flyer.
Yes.
Ama-Africans
And you always flying. You always flying.
It's a dream.
I think you were out of the country. You were in Tanzania. I don't know where you were, but I think it's something has to do with the airport.
Yeah, for us, it's traveling. Traveling is part of our business. Seeing places, seeing how other people are doing things. We learn also servicing and facilitations that we're doing there. I'm a speaker. Outside entrepreneurship, I'm a speaker. I'm a facilitator. I'm an author. I do quite a number of things across multiple people. So the time for the big man at 2 minutes.
Yes.
That is color, brother. That is color.
And how is the business atmosphere in Zimbabwe right now?
So Zimbabwe is no peculiar situation or context from the rest of Africa. It's only that majority of us have never left Zim to really explore and understand how things are done. But Zimbabwe doesn't exist in a vacuum. Zimbabwe is part of the larger scale of the continent, in a community of continents. Even our issues, okay, sometimes I think they are overblown, out of proportion. Yes, we have challenges like any other country, but Zim is quite a good place.
But we have over 90%. No, still one they are blown out of proportion. We have over 95 or 90%
of unemployment.
Yes, that on its own is out of proportion.
It's out of proportion. Yes, when you then want to put it in a frame of a developed country. Like if you're using maybe my friend lessons of developed countries, I'd say then if you're going to create employment, there should be between a range of 0 to 15% unemployment. But remember, Zimbabwe has gone through multiple transition from independence to ESAP, from ESAP into land reform, agrarian, industrialization, reindustrialization. So those are phases. But the beautiful part about 90% unemployed is that they are given a chance to create employment.
Okay,
that's the flip side.
So change lemon to lemonade.
Yeah, exactly. Necessity is the mother of all invention.
But we are turning the lemonade into lemonade.
Exactly. But also bear in mind that Zimbabwe currently has the highest number of multimillionaires from day we got independence in 1980. During the Robert Mugabe era, we barely knew multimillionaires, but currently because of his wage open for business, if they say so, that is the mantra. Literally everyone is doing something that is giving them the money. Amavenda la akhona government yikhona yimpilo yakhona. Like I'm often saying, where there is limited hand of the market or the hand of capitalism, we are able to then do as much as we can. Cambodia.
Yes.
Someone made money out of Cambodia. Some people are opening a sports bet, even people are making money, people are winning even on Aviator. That's why the government wants to tax people who are betting.
What about winner?
People are making tons of money.
Okay.
It's not below Aviator, China,
yes.
People are making tons of. Look at the number of cars that have been driven into the city. People are making tons of money through different things. Yes, we may want to structure and corporatize it, but where Zimbabwe is heading to, for me, it's an issue of opportunity. How to maximize, how to identify, maximize, and collaborate with others. Okay. That's my picture of Zim.
So that's your picture of Zim, to say the informal has become the formal.
Yeah, the informal has become the formal. All right, let me start from the formal. Are you aware that there are close to 20 cement manufacturing plants at 80% completion in Zimbabwe?
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm a planter with cement, I said with 80% completion. The moment it's about of Bulawayo, I think Africa 20. Yeah. So that tells there is demand for cement, but not only in terms of housing, but in terms of infrastructure development. Looking at the road infrastructure, dams, bridges, and all that. But I
enyabuzo lapho ukhuluma yes academic but imigwaqo ifile kudas
so ukufa kwemigwaqo
ukhuluma lapha etown kuna basiphume khona asiphume etown kuna basikhambe
Mthembu I was complaining of on the road, the state of the road. State of the road, yes. One thing that we need to give credit to is Coltart. I do not share the same ideology in terms of political. I'm coming there. I don't share the same political ideology with Coltart, but what he is doing, I'm super grateful for. Check, for example, he stretch between Makokova and and Batch Avenue. The guy is fixing that particular problem. But then when you come to roads,
that has been happening for 8 months.
No, it's happening for 8 months, but the problem has been there for 20 years.
Just another meter.
Yes, it's okay. I understand this. When you are dealing with the problem, you don't fix it there. You deal with the cause of the problem. Over the years, that problem has been there for 20, 30 years, somewhere there. But Coltart is doing that. Yes, each time frame is affecting us in terms of navigating into the city. It's understandable.
Yes.
But his hands-on approach is a ceremonial mayor, but he's doing the most. That I applaud him. Yes, I have differences with the mayor there, but I applaud him for that. Then coming to roads. Roads, when you're in Bulawayo, roads that belong to the city, roads that belong to national roads. Okay. So in check, for example, Oluveve Road, if not mistaken, does not belong to the city council. It's managed by Ministry of Roads. Okay. Whenever the Manyama roads in between town here, then they fall within the sphere of the city council. So what then calls us to do is, usually we need Bulawayo companies to fight for tenders. Especially right now, Praza has moved from $200 to $60 to $30 for SMEs to register. Or register, form a consortium as young people, then apply and say, we want to do it ourselves.
Wait. You want we want to take all over, step by step.
All over.
Yes. I understand what Praza is. Break it down to say why is it important? How significant is this wemali yangona to $30 and how is it advantageous?
What Praza does, it manages procurement. It's a procurement regulatory authority of Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Where all procurement for public listed services and goods, people should register. But we know USIPO.
This is what it does.
USIPO is into consulting. This it does. Is into ICT, construction, management. This is what it does.
State MC. Master of ceremony.
We are going to look on where USIPO are limited into the geographical spaces of Machineland. Praza then takes you beyond whether you are competing at Zwimba, you are competing at Maswingo, at the Karoi, Bindura, you are known. But it's up to you how then you push yourself. So when you register, Praza, the challenge with Praza was that it was around $200.
All over couldn't.
So all over could not, or an SME could not. For example, let me give a practical thing that happened to me last year. Tender documents usually go up to $50. But because Google copper out by the certain mafia, okay?
So there are mafias in there.
Anyway, there are mafias. Everywhere there are mafias. Me and you can become a mafia of this thing. Okay?
Yes.
As long as there is money,
mafia.
As long as there is money, we put some barriers to entry to make money. So I was telling you a story. So there is a construction that was supposed to take place. I think it was around $120,000 that was supposed to take place. It took a year and a half. Local will sign in that construction space because we were supposed to step into it. So that's four. Okay. Steps in that construction space. Got registration of document is $200. I'm the youngest. I'm still youthful in my 30s. These are people who are in their 50s. Okay? Imagine $200 for me. In as much as I can pay for it, but $200 can change someone's life. True. 200 US can put umsika omunye umuntu akwazi ukubhadalela abantwana ukudla le-rent ne-school fees.
True.
200 US can buy inkomo ithokazi uyibeke lapha kuzalele, which is accumulative interest, accumulative profits for you. 200 US yakuvulela i-project yenkukhu uhlale kuhle. 200 US you can even start a life in SA. So I want you to see how the disparities between those that have made it and those that are coming up. So yes, now CRAS then reduced. So for SMEs, if not mistaken, it's now around 60 US or over 40 US. To say we want a full meaningful participation of young people who are entrepreneurs and SMEs to be there. That is why we find it also even among fees that the government put in place. We want to still up to $20, and all those types of fees. So that at least everyone participates. We were heading towards a funnel type of a thing where so it challenges similar is that we're seeing a lot of people from a different sort of a region coming into a region to exploit the people. Now coming to roads, usually when you pass by the Cape Inhlabathi, yes. Do you know that? Which motivates them to do that? So it's a motivation. In general, it's a motivation. Now, all over Havana, for me, I then see the ability to identify a problem, which is an immediate problem. Yes. That's entrepreneurship. Identify an immediate problem, find the solution, and already there's a traffic to it, monetize it. Which is collecting revenue. To collect money because they're using that road.
Yes.
But they're converting their labor into capital. So the starting point for an entrepreneur, if you don't have any money yourself, you're an asset. What is it that you're possessing that you can quantify into monetary value, converting your energy into capital? So what then it means, they are supposed to approach you councillor. Okay. We don't try retention fund. So a retention fund, for every house, when you're from Kwabalanda, for every amount of money that you guys pay as a watching in counseling, a certain percentage comes back to your local community to solve problems.
So you have councillors?
You councillor when we manage. So councillor when forms
every month. What I talking about?
It depends how much money you guys are contributing. So councillor, that is why when and you're part of those committees. But when that money comes in, we call them development committees. When you're part of that committees, they announce, probably this time, you guys have 40,000 US. What do you want us to do with 40,000 US? Self-verify fence ground.
So
you go ask your council, they will tell you all that thing. Most people don't know that. So the amount of money that you pay to the council, it also comes back at a certain percentage to develop your immediate problems in your local community. You guys didn't know that.
I didn't know that. So now that you're saying, we are mentioning it, secondary within our community. I don't know what my teacher has or my teacher has more. How do they move around? So your what retention man is supposed to fix all those. Supposed to fix your immediate roads, your security, your schools. Now you've mentioned something. So as Bulawayo youths or as Zimbabwe youths, where do we get it wrong?
Yeah. So where do we get it wrong is first and foremost we are overexposed to the other side of life that we have no context to. Okay? So let me break it down for you. We're ever exposed to the Western culture of pop and whatever they're doing. And we think that life is always Instagram. One, life is always instant. So when you do that, you have no patience with the process. Two, you similar. I know what. We classify things according to our anything. Up until life humbles you to then realize that there's always a basic starting point. So our youths, majority of them, again, because of depression and frustration, with unemployment, with life, we turn to drugs. That's the dangerous thing that is consuming this country that I've noted of late. If you want to make money now, go and open a rehabilitation center. Go open a rehab now and identify abantwana abalezihlobo ezi-abroad. Bahle babhadale direct kuwona ukujabula ongumfana kuphela le team yokuvala yabantu. It's money. So ngaba labantu abangu-10 abathola bethola umtoriro besenza ubabhalela abantu ihlobo zabe UK lokubhadala okay. So rehab on its own, it's an opportunity that is there.
So you've stated social media as one of the hindrances in us.
It's not a hindrance, it's
economic.
It's not hindrance because social media is also a platform where one can make money. We've seen people like iSpeed. I met you through social media. So when one is intentional and deliberate about the use of their talent towards maximization and utilization of social media, okay. Now you're putting in my elements now. Once it's come out,
yes.
Elements.
So the abuse of social media.
Abuse of social media. A classical example.
But how come now you've mentioned social media? Have you realized what the diaspora? There are too much of keyboard warriors. In terms of describing our situation this side, Napa is Zimbabwe. They have the solution, brah.
No, I'm not bad soul. But I'm wrong now. Get me right. So when you step out of Zimbabwe and move into diaspora, my guy, this is what. Remember, when you go to diaspora, you work 90 hours a week. On a normal day, on a normal week, you're supposed to do 40. You come into semazweni ngakufanele ufuna ukukhuluma nawo 5 hours. Indawo azuzuza. Akhuluma uqalisa ingqoqo kutsha. Boredom and solitude.
Okay?
Boredom and solitude. Because there it's each man for himself, God for us all. So now Sabela start missing on there is a craving and a desire to be part of something bigger than you, which is your nationality and the identity and the place called home. So that's why we say I'm get together here and there. I remember at some point I was in the US. We drove to Atlanta, Georgia, to meet fellow countrymen. Georgia, Atlanta, so a country we are looking at something that is really because we are using interstate roads, so we are driving almost 8 hours on wide roads. So for a weekend, now we are people who because this queue at some point
yes.
So when the diaspora participates in our issues, they're simply saying we are also part of you. How do we find a solution? Though sometimes they tear each other. I've seen on social media.
Because this is America, UK. Indole is not feasible. It's like on the ground.
But again, let me share the economic aspect. Not only gas, you make it small. They're keeping not only Zimbabwe, the whole of Africa. The biggest
African gas.
So the biggest contribution to the food gas, the whole of Africa and also Zimbabwe, is diaspora remittances. So if you want to make money as a young person right now, is how do you tap into the diaspora community and leverage on the numbers and the money that you bring. A good example, look at Mkoro. How Mkoro is making money. Look at how Econet then EcoCash came in and realized, okay, if we introduce the remittances into our space, we can get money directly into EcoCash. So the more number of people who live in Zimbabwe, you are guaranteed to not sell a lab, no space. So the other thing is 800 US, let me bring it closer with the debate in one of the guys platform he's a teacher. I'm saying that on social media.
Jaden.
Yeah.
Where is he?
So Jaden posts something. He then says, why is it Pepsi when you do to Africa? But that woman about man, so when I came into that post, I'm like, no, you guys, there's what you call scales of economies. And also there is what you call economic indicators at Chile. So because Tina says Africa.
So this was your answer to why Pepsi do that.
Why Pepsi do that?
Because social witnesses go on. Why Pepsi do that?
Look at this simple. So average amount a Zimbabwean and Africans can spend a day is $1.50. Yeah, $1.50. And $1.50 can buy bread and the Pepsi. You are okay for the day.
Yes.
The average amount of money that an ordinary African or Zimbabwean can earn is around $400 US. This is a teacher. So when you need Pepsi by $5, the time Pepsi Because $5 also attending each 10 kg.
Yes.
But with the US that side, an average amount, what they are doing in America, guess how much you are earning per year? Because they're calculating per annum. If you're earning 35,000 US and below, you are regarded as a poor person.
You're
you're a poor person. If you're earning 35,000 US and below, you are regarded as a poor person.
Why?
Living and cost of standards. So if 35,000 is so money, but 35,000 years, Zimbabwe, things into
buy my houses, renties.
You buy 2 houses, renties. If 35,000, they want to take a Toyota Fortune, Zimbabwe. You have a wage to get your money with it. But that side, the cost of living is outside. Because a space like this, just a space like this, will cost around 2,000 US rent out a month. But here in Africa, 2,000 US gets you a proper housing for a day.
Come none. So now I'm skills. Chiana, how the world becomes more and more developed. China was still at the nascent stages of development where we are an extractive economy. We're still extracting things at primary source. Dealing with things, it's okay.
The apex of growth.
So if you clean it, so what are you when I'm okay for 2026? Am I youths? What should we engage? What should we focus on? Cool.
So you guys, you are a movement. For me, young people are a movement. You are the biggest decider when it comes to election. You are the biggest decider when it comes to economic consumption of products. You guys, that on its own should teach you how you monetize the demographic numbers that we have.
Okay.
So find a good service, find a good product that you as young people can collectively say this is ours and channel it towards monetization. Because we will never be with forever. We are the challenge that you guys are facing, especially in Zimbabwe and Africa, there is no social safety net for you. What do I mean with that? Is that Agula Mutos have a pension from a period of 1999 up to I would on the pension. What do I mean is because few people are employed. So me and you see, if we don't hustle harder and create our social safety net in the form of we can go. So this is where young people can make the money, especially in the townships. First, calculate the number of schools that are there in your ward, in your district, in your province, and where you are.
What you ask about patients?
Yeah. Okay. So for young people born range 98, 99 up to today, you guys don't have a social safety net, including Tina, even about millennials who were born late 80s and the early 90s, therefore, we don't have social safety net. So our social safety net is what is it that you can do big and better. Once off, you get your money, you lay the foundation for Indiakonan, so that at the end of the day, the rentals are able to pay you. Our challenge as young people is that the moment we get proper money, we want to blow and pop. Champagne, which is Chaumo to Ace of Spades. People get to see that lifestyle is just short. But get your money, invest in something that is big. But where do you start from? That is the biggest question for a young person who's watching and following us. Number one, go back to your local school where you learned. If not mistaken, Bulawa is 784 schools. If my memory says you were 784, but you can confirm the statistics. 784 schools.
Okay.
So in
second information is
in Babananda falls under what you call Nzilika's district. Nzilika's district has the highest number of schools in Bulawayo, probably 48 to 52 schools are there. So what do they need? Go back to a local school, form an alumni association, because we learned there. So form an alumni association and say, we're going to contribute to our local school, but we want also to participate in the procurement. Yes, follow every term. The scholars to procure is stationery, bond paper, cleaning material, detergents, scratching team, and all that, and also we have that. I'm telling you, because a school is a center of influence and economics within a particular district or community. imali ezibhadalayo nxa ubhadala akhendastathiwa nxa ubhadala $25 to a local school ifika ingena kuma-columns kule column okuthiwa i-BSPZ kule NAF kule NASI kule SDC kulama-repairs so every money that you pay ile column engena khona that then must go back to the local development of the school. So what you then do, identify where you can fit in terms of stationery, in terms of detergents, in terms of repairs, the materials
or furniture, yes.
Abanye then you went kulama youth center, go and study steel fabrication and engineering. Uba welder, ungaba welder hambe local school yakho ufike volunteer uba weldela imaterial efile waqala, so that you show them your skill set and your ability to do things. Next thing, you apply for a tender course. Next thing, probably you spend around $2,000 per term on material, furniture. You start the furniture is called. When you go for that one, so figure. Then the other part you can do, start organizing a local school trips for students there. These scholars, an average city council school, in a carrying capacity around 700. But because of a catchment area, it's young up to 1.8 under the school.
That's times 2.
That's times 2. So when I go to that local school and say I want to create a trip under the school, industry tours, farm tours, heritage centers, what then you do? You only target 100 students per term. When we had a profit of $5 per child, that's $500 per term. Multiply that by 10 schools in your community, you have $5,000.
That sounds like
my point is you are just identifying schools. Identify SDC chairman, negotiator and give them the benefit. What is it that you're going to do better more than our school trips? Find places of interest that speak to what you call a heritage-based curriculum. Because curriculum is such a heritage-based curriculum, HBC. That has to do with community industrialization, teaching, and innovation. So when I'm science, then also scholars right now they're supposed to be tiled. How many tilements?
Supposed to what?
Tiled.
So this is only just a focal point is school.
School open. The amount of money that is being spent there. Lama tile, lama boards, whiteboards. How much money is going to be spent there?
A lot of money is going to be made.
2 is all those failures look that are not utilizing. Go and rent this looks and cook a school. When they're not paying so much because the scholars lead on more security provision.
So look, not everyone is supposed to be a musician.
Not everyone is supposed to be a musician.
Or a content creator.
Influencer in Western world to become content creators, turning a page into a content creator. You could also status of social media because you're trying to gain views and make money, because it is nothing personal. No, it's personal because you're using it to make money. You're destroying and disrupting relationships. So when I use your page to focus on what you're doing, pencil ground, that's another form of creating a massive content. Content you screenshot is we follow those things. So the other thing, the content is just authentic. The content in what you call attention economy on TikTok. It will not exceed anything more than 30 seconds or 2 minutes. So be specific in what you're doing, in what you're selling to people. And if virality is a currency, going viral is a currency on this one, that must give you money. Look at the guy who is Utemo speech. It's called Johnny. He's just being himself. Guess what was Silas Zimbabwe and I speak on for the say the guys.
You want to let this, I always say.
Let me tell you something. The problem that we have in this region is false humility. That's why we're not I say false humility. You know why? You carry an energy that speaks to the universe.
So you
to say so it does not even appreciate what I'm doing for you. Let me tell you something. Speak things into existence. It's called self-recognition and validation. Now to die.
Where's the book? Where's the book?
Me, I want to die billionaire.
Who made us broke?
I want to die billionaire.
This is for which year?
It came out last year.
Okay. This year you are dropping another one.
This year I'm working on a certain product. And you notice that we now have a wine.
Yes.
I'm producing wine, I'm doing wine. Then the next thing is when we clean, so smart.
Okay.
Because we're creating revenue streams. If Africa is 1 billion plus people, if all of you in Africa are going to give me $1 once a year, or once in 10 years, I've made $1 billion. I've just made $1 billion. So I need to find a product that speaks to 1 billion people in Africa.
Yes.
At $1, using the right channels and infrastructure. That says all of you must give me $1. I made $1 billion.
Thank you, Siyabonga Mazwisa. So we're going to be having you next time.
Imnandi Mali Squatter by FMT.
Imnandi Mali Squatter.
Imnandi Mali Squatter. And
Zindaba zabantu ziyaphuma. Utatazela umlaleli.
I listen to that song, yes.
Yes, how is it?
It's good. It's good. In as much as I may not be material in Bulawan, I follow you guys a lot.
That's your home.
I follow you guys. And like what young Steve will always say, I want to bend this in your bend the card. So I follow young Steve as well.
Yes, nice. Thank you for following our local content creators. Please make sure that you subscribe and you hit the notification button. And you found some information or to just don't forget to local piggies. Don't forget to hit the comment. We just engage and interact as the youths. Danki Siabo.
I hope you guys enjoyed that.